Hey guys, Jason here with a one-stop how-to guys bringing you an all-new series on Get version control. So what is version control? Well, it allows us to store multiple copies and instances of files as we develop and as we make changes to them. It allows us to roll back to certain instances. It allows us to branch off and work on different things while leaving the main branch still streamlined, and then bring those changes in as they're needed, as well as resolve conflicts when two people maybe have a different opinion on what would look right or what would work best. Well, Git allows us to do all kinds of crazy things, and in this series we're going to be diving into what those things are. Now, why are we doing a series on version control? Well, whether you're going to be a C++ or Java developer, a web developer using Python or Drupal or JavaScript, you're going to need to know version control. Why? Because version control allows us to have a single source of truth within our code. That this is what the live site or the live application represents, this code base. Everything else that we do, from, CSS changes or adding new classes, those can all be done in separate branches, and if they work, we can bring them in. If they don't, it doesn't have to affect what's going on in the live site. And we'll understand a lot more about that as we go on. But for right now, it's just important to understand that Git allows us to store multiple copies, multiple instances, and then share those with others to be worked on in kind of a collaborative way. It's also really good as a practice to use when you're working on your own personal projects. What if you get 4 hours into coding something and realize, oh no, I screwed everything up and now the live application is a mess? Well, with Git, you don't have to worry about that. So let's dive in and get, if that makes sense. So head on over to get-scm.com. You'll be presented with a page that looks something similar to this. You're going to head over to downloads and then pick whichever download option fits the system that you're using. I'm not going to download it now because I've already got it on my machine. Just simply walk through the download instructions and you should be set. Okay, so what can we do with Git? Right now, you are looking at my brand new HTML project, which is absolutely nothing at this current time. It's just simple boilerplate HTML code. And as we can see within our project structure here, we don't actually have anything at all other than this index.html file within our project. So our project doesn't actually know anything about Get. We've downloaded it, it's on our machine, but this particular project is totally unaware of Get and what it can do for us. So we're going to head over to our command line, we're going to cd into our project, and we're going to run a simple command called get init. And what this command is going to do is create a brand new folder within our project called .get. And inside this .get file is going to be everything that we need to store all of the multiple copies that we have on our machine. And this will allow us to switch between different versions of our code base. For right now, we're not going to dive too much farther into this. We just need to know that what we've done is initialized our Get project. The thing that allows us to create different branches and merge those branches and make changes. And we'll cover what all of that is about in the future. But for right now, the command you need to know is get init. INIT, and that is going to initialize the Git project within our folder structure that we're at, and now we can start running with Git. So this has been the first tutorial, and I know it hasn't been much, but we've downloaded and installed Git, and we've initialized a project. Now, in the next videos, we're going to be talking about what we can do with Git, and we're going to make our first commit.